Hey guys, what's up? Dulex Infinity here. Welcome back to the channel, and it has been a bit. I've recently haven't really posted much. I guess in like a week or so, probably, or I don't know. The last video, yeah, it's been quite a bit. Anyway, guys, I would like to say welcome back to another video. As of right now, obviously we're gonna be doing things a little bit different because obviously I wanted to try something. I'm trying to test out a few things. Like I said, I'm trying to get back into the gaming, and once I get back on the track of gaming and doing a bit more vlog, back my channel to going back to how it's supposed to, like gaming, vlogs, challenges. I mean, obviously I'm gonna keep doing all this films because it's fun to do and I love doing them. But don't get me wrong. But so today we are going to be doing something a little bit different because with what I have right now is obviously I'm going to be trying. So as you know, I think today, if I'm not mistaken, something new came out on Fortnite. And if you guys don't know what it is, since the new movie, the Avengers Endgame, is coming out on the 28th, I'm not 100% sure. I could be entirely wrong, but since that, if you guys remember from a long while ago, there was from the first Avengers Infinity War movie that came out, we had on Fortnite the capability to become Thanos, and we get to use the Infinity Gauntlet and do all that crazy stuff. Yeah, so now, since the new movie, the Avengers Endgame is coming out, there's a new thing, a mode called Endgame, which I think I don't know too much about it. That's why I'm going to be testing and playing. I'm going to be going on it today and playing it, and basically instead I'm not sure if we get to play as Thanos at all. I'm not 100% sure, but you do get to go on here and technically play as, or you get ability, you get this like cool like stuff, like you go around the map, and there's I'm not sure much about it, but you get to use Thor's hammer, you get to use a bow, I think from Hawkeye, Captain America's shield, and Iron Man's repulsors. I'm pretty sure that's, if I could be mistaken, there could be more, but I know those four are the ones that are mainly in there as of right now. I don't know too much about it, but I am going to be playing it today and see for myself how it is and see how fun it is, because it looks fun, don't get me wrong. So if you guys are hyped as always and you guys want to see more content, something like that, stuff like this, be sure to hit that like button. Also don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to just share with your friends. And yeah, without further ado, I am going to be joined by my brother. So this, I don't think yeah, you guys know my brother. You guys probably see my brother around and previous stuff and whatnot. So he's gonna be here with us today, and he's gonna be, you know, joining. So obviously I can, because I think it's a squad, so I might need the teammates, because obviously going by myself is kind of a bit of a issue. Because I've honestly not been playing too much Fortnite. So yeah, haven't been playing too much Fortnite this season anyway. I've been kind of more playing a bit of Apex here and there and other types of games, but I haven't been on Fortnite. I've been going on Fortnite here and there when I got bored or something. But so we're back on Fortnite, and we're gonna be trying this and see how fun it is. So but as I said, we're gonna be doing things a little bit different. By the time that you're seeing that, or when you're gonna see, basically what we're doing right now today is that you're gonna be seeing footage of me play with my brother, and I'm gonna be instead today, since what I'm doing, the setup I have right now is not really where you get to see me play games directly, just immediately just get into the game and like just me commentating while I'm playing. I'm gonna be playing. You're gonna see me commentate. You're gonna be seeing me commentate as I play, but not like in the same where normal YouTubers would do it, when I would do it. For example, I think you guys know what I'm talking about, but I'm gonna be commenting. Basically, the whole video is gonna be me commentating without playing, but the footage you see is me playing from like a couple minutes ago when I was playing with my brother. So I guess in a sense, I am gonna be doing absolute try hard on. Since I'm not recording, I'm obviously gonna be doing like playing hard. Like I'm gonna be doing my best to play because I'm not talking. And obviously, when you talk and you get distracted, it's not really. you know, there. But anyways, so yeah, so you guys are gonna be seeing me actually play, not get distracted, and actually focused, and hopefully I can give you some good footage of me trying out all this stuff. And I will, so yeah, you guys get what I'm talking about. So we're gonna be trying out all of them. I'm gonna try my best to get all the abilities and give you guys a glimpse of what each ability, what each thing that they give you in the game in the mode does, and hopefully by then we'll have a good video. So hope you guys are ready. Hope you guys are pumped. And without further ado, let's get right into the commentary. Okay, so basically starting off, you basically get a text. Now, whichever text it says, eliminate his army or something. I don't know what else. So there's two teams. Obviously, there's two teams. There's Thanos' army, or there's the heroes. Now, basically, obviously, I'm going to be going over the hero side first, which is all the stuff and then we're going to go over to Thanos' army. Now, basically, what happens is when you jump off, you get two weapons. You get an assault rifle and a shotgun. They're both epic, and it's not going to give you anything different. It's always going to be the same gun. And they give you a map. A treasure map. Now, a treasure map is going to tell you exactly where a chest is obviously buried, but instead it's going to give you a random heroes' abilities. Now, there's 4 of them. Now, I am 100% sure there's 4 weapons. There's Hawkeye's bow, there is Captain America's shield, and there's Thor's hammer, and the repulsors from Iron Man. Now, obviously, there's also chests, but now, basically, the chests don't give you any other weapon. Basically, those 2 guns is what you get. Basically, there is no other guns. As far as I know, the chests only spawn you different weapons. So, different weapons that of the heroes' weapons. So right now, I got Captain America's shield through the chest, and the treasure map that I'm about to receive. I already had. I got Thor's hammer. So we're gonna go over Captain America's shield first. And now, as you saw earlier, the shield, you can obviously, there's 2 abilities. You can block, and you can throw the shield. Not to mention the fact that the shield can also bounce off surfaces, and it also does damages to walls, trees, and whatnot. But out of all the weapons, the shield does the least amount of damage to like walls that are being built and anything other than that. And it doesn't do the most damage to the enemies as well as Thanos himself. So, I mean, it's a pretty alright shield. But what is good about the shield, which you're about to see right now, is that it blocks. Like, the blocking for the shield is amazing. It blocked Thanos' shield clearly, as you saw right then and there. It was just awesome. Also another thing, that depending on the thing that you get, your character gets like a cool little bit of a buff, I guess. For Captain America, you get slightly fast sprinting, and a high jump. And obviously, we're gonna go over Thor's hammer now. For Thor's hammer, you don't really get much, any like perks, any like cool little buffs for your character. So it's gonna be normal, but you do get a swinging ability, you get a throwing ability, and it works just like the shield. Oh, it works like a shield, which I have not mentioned earlier. The shield comes back to you, obviously, and the hammer, the hammer comes back to you as well. And you also get when you're in the air and you and depending on what you're playing on, I'm playing on Xbox, but when you are in the air and you press the swing ability, you get like the Infinity Blade. You slam down, and it does like a lot of damage, or any opponent that's nearby will take a severe amount of damage. Other than that, it doesn't really do much other than that. But also, if you not noticed, you can also gather pretty much all the hero abilities, and basically just stack them up. So while we're getting over this bit of footage, which is going to be displaying the ability of Thor's hammer, I like to state what you're looking at, which is a screen, which basically what you need to be paying attention to. Now, mainly in this mode, what your goal is to stop Thanos from getting all the Infinity Stones. Now, every so often, there's going to be an Infinity Stone that drops, Now Thanos' army can pick it up. What you're trying to do is prevent them from picking it up, so Thanos won't be at full power. When Thanos, the more Infinity Stones that Thanos collects, the army gets stronger, and Thanos gets stronger. Now, of course, someone will be playing Thanos, so you could either be the heroes, Thanos. Now, I guess how it works for the Thanos' army is that one of Thanos' army at some point during the game will become Thanos. If that player dies, they either become Thanos again, or there's a slight chance that someone else will be Thanos. Which is, I guess it's fair because it gives everyone a chance to be Thanos if you're lucky enough. But it also displays a gauntlet, which is, and also displays how many Infinity Stones Thanos has, and what's the next one that's out right now that they have to collect. Now, I mean, honestly, for Thanos, I don't think his health goes any higher. His health's pretty huge, don't get me wrong. But, with Thanos, okay, so, but I know that the army, for Thanos' army, their health starts off small, like around 175, I think, but it grows the more Infinity Stones you collect, for Thanos' side. So, as you can see, I'm trying really everyone's trying really hard to guard that Infinity Stone, because if Thanos picks it up, it's basically, GG. I think it's a I don't know if it's a 14-second, no, it's a 4-second pickup, but knowing how many people are going to be stacked around guarding it, it's kind of difficult to pick it up unless there's no one there. I guess, like, the first stone that you pick up for the Infinity Gauntlet is really easy. It's close to the enemy, so they can pick it up easily. But the next couple of stones later, it gets harder because they're basically, it spawns near the players, and they have to obviously guard it. Now, as for Thor's Hammer, if there's one thing I gotta mention is that Thor's Hammer is pretty OP. Like, you could see me... Now, there's a cooldown for the slam, but that hammer does... out of all the weapons that you get for the heroes, the Thor's Hammer and Hawkeye's bow are the strongest, because from basically one hit with the hammer is like, I think it's like 2 hits with the hammer and you're dead. 2 to 1 hit with a hammer, you're basically dead. The slam, instantly you're dead. Like, that's how good that is. And the hammer, I think the hammer and the bow, when you throw it, also does the most amount of damage, and as of course it's an axe, so gathering resources with the hammer is literally the most easiest thing. You can, like, literally one smash everything, and you literally can get a lot of material from it that can help you when you need to build. So, also, I don't think, yeah, the shield, the bow, and the repulsors don't really mine you anything, because it's not like it's basically like a gun, so, like, you're not gonna collect anything from it. So yeah, and if you guys are also seeing, I'm wearing the skin from season, I can't tell if it's season 7, from the last season, and I like this skin. Leave me alone. I do use the other skins, but I like, this is one of my favorites, which I'm talking randomly. So yeah, so now what's gonna happen now, here in this clip, I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like after we win, like after the hero side wins, which it says universe saved. Basically, if you prevent Thanos from collecting, if you stop him from preventing to collect 1 Infinity Stone, you basically win, and you just gotta eliminate all the rest of the guys and Thanos, and then you basically win at that point. So that's pretty much it. Other than that, if he collects all the Infinity Stones, then all the players can't, like, basically you can respawn. And if Thanos collects all the Infinity Stones, the heroes only have 1 chance to well, basically, after Thanos collects all the Infinity Stones, he's basically gonna have to go out and kill all the players, and they can't respawn. The enemy team can, but the hero team cannot. If the hero team prevent Thanos from collecting all the Infinity Stones, then the enemy team can't respawn, but the heroes can. So it depends on who's getting the upper advantage here. Now, what you saw earlier, just now, I just picked up the Hawkeye bow, which I gotta say, out of all the weapons or all the like hero weapons that you can collect, it's honestly it's actually my favorite out of all of them. For the sole reason is because that bow, like, not only like, okay, like, the reason why I like it is because it has two abilities, which let me go over. The first ability which it gives you is the ability to latch on and hook around anywhere. And what's good about the hook is that the grapple hook is that it can reach a pretty good far distance, and it's you can like spam it. Like, you can consistently spam it, and you can maneuver pretty fast, unlike the other abilities. And and then there's another one which is an explosive arrow, which honestly does, like, I think 250 damage per hit, which is a lot of damage. Like, for a normal, for like, I think one of like, when if you're part of Thanos' army, you can basically just like two-shot the person. As far from what I've seen using that bow, and you basically just kill them flat out. And Here we're seeing me picking up the Iron Man revolver gauntlets, I guess. And you for those abilities, you basically get, if you jump, and if you basically jump, you can hover around in the air for a little bit as well, and you can also cancel it if you don't want to. And You get to also lock on, and for me it's right trigger. You get to shoot a repulsor blast. You can also shoot the repulsor blast while you're hovering. What's a little bit interesting about the repulsors out of all of them is the repulsors, like, as there's the cross, for the repulsors you get to lock on. Like, it gives you a lock on feature. So I mean, I guess it makes sense, like, in case you're not, if you're hovering, or if you're like not if you're just not that good with aiming, it gives you a little bit of an assist. So if you're close enough to a target, it'll lock on and you can shoot the repulsors. Now, the repulsors aren't that strong. It does, like, I think a 25 damage, unless you try to spam it, which, if you're getting attacked by multiple opponents, it's not as iffy. But but other than that, it's an alright thing. I have to place that, if anything. I don't know. Like, and also another thing, if you noticed about the Hawkeye bow, when you fully aim that bow, it goes straight. Like, there is no curve to the arrows. Like, unless you pull it back, like, not too far, if you don't hold it out too long, it won't, like, if you hold it out too long, it will go straight. But if you don't hold it out too long, then it will just, like, it'll curve a little bit. But that bow is, like, the most accurate weapon I've seen in Fortnite. Like, literally, just, I can, like, there's, like, clips of me just shooting that bow, and it just goes, the range for that is also tremendous. That bow, you can literally fire that bow from anywhere, and if your aim is good, if you can, like, hit your opponent, like, directly, it'll like hit every time. And that's what I love about the bow. Not only does it give fast maneuvering, but it gives you good accuracy and good aim when you're trying to kill opponents. And dude, just, like, looking at this gameplay of me using that bow, like, you can't go wrong with that bow. It's so accurate, and it's so, like, amazing. It's pretty OP if you're pretty good with aiming. Like, it's just good in general. Like, it's just good. And the amount of damage you do to Thanos as well as the army is, like, immense. Like, if I would place the bow as number 1 on the list, and I would put Thor's hammer around number 2, Captain America's shield number 3, and the repulsors number 4. That's my ranking of all these weapons, of me using them for a while. Like, that's what I'd rank them, because honestly, for me using I mostly use, out of the majority of the games, I use Hawkeye's bow, because it's fun to use, and it's good to use. Like, it's just, it's lit, and it basically helps me out a lot with maneuvering. And also, what's also a good thing that you could try doing, that I've been trying to do, is that I try to collect, like, you could stack these for their abilities, like Captain America. Like, for my recommendation, now I don't think I've tried it in any of these games that I've been playing, but I think what works better is that for me, I use Hawkeye's bow for the damage and for maneuvering, and for defense I would have the bow on standby to block all the attacks that I'm receiving, like Thanos' like beam attack, as well as getting some major jumps in case if I need to jump somewhere or whatever. Which I don't think I would need it for the jumps, more like for the blocking, because it blocks basically a lot, anything. And that's how I would do it. But I don't really know how you can stack. I mean, I guess you can stack the shield with pretty much anything in case you need, like, for just defense in general. But like, that's my recommendation for when you're playing. The repulsors don't really have. Its range is its range is pretty good. Like the range itself for the repulsor blast is pretty good. But like I said, unless your aiming is that good, then the lock-on feature will do nothing for you, and you won't be able to make that much shots at all with the repulsors unless your aim's good. So make sure your aim's good before, if you want to use the repulsors. It's pretty good if you know how to use it. But for me, I just love using the bow and the shield both at the same time. Yeah, that's. I mean, I don't know. I don't see anything wrong. Like, out of all these abilities, they're all good. You just got like it. Just at the end of the day, it just revolves around what you want to do and what you're good at using. For me, I'm good at using the bow, so I prefer to use the bow. Also, the explosive arrows basically help out a lot with trying to destroy buildings that people try to build, especially. It just, the explosive, that bow just helps out a lot in general. It destroys the buildings that people build quick. You get to maneuver around quick. I've also used it, like, using the bow on Thanos, since it does like 200 and something damage, like, that bow honestly is like really good to use. I think I've used maybe I don't know if it's like a 5-shot on Thanos. I don't know, because then again, there were lots of probably other people shooting. But for me, it was really quick to kill Thanos with that bow. Because I think his health is like 11,000, 1,100. His health, I'm pretty sure, or just 1,000 as his health in general. I don't think his health, as far as I know for Thanos, his health does not regen when you kill. I think you just. Like, for as far as I know, there is nothing that heals you. It's more like if you die, you die, you can respawn. If you're Thanos, you die, but you come back. You have a chance to come back as Thanos later. So, yeah, I don't really see it as too much of an issue. So, yeah. So, alright, so basically, okay, now we're going to head into the other side, and we're going to discuss about, now, it's funny, because I'm supposed to be, like, normally I'd be commentating on my gameplay, but I am technically, but I'm more like talking about basically discussing the whole mode in general, but it's fine, as long as you guys get the gist on, how to play. Also, there's also these cool, like, stuff you can get for there's a bunch of, there's like characters, Marvel character skins that you can get, as well as what else is there? Just like achievements, like background and all that stuff. Yeah, so without further ado, let's. I think the only thing left to recover is the enemy's tide, and then review Thanos himself. So without further ado, let's get to that. Okay, so obviously, the children of Thanos. Okay, so for the Thanos' army, basically, your main objective is obviously to serve Thanos and collect his Infinity Stones, as well as destroy the heroes. So, you basically don't get So for the heroes, obviously there's chests around the map that you can travel around and collect the hero stuff. But for these guys, like obviously the design of the Thanos' army looks pretty neat. Like it looks cool. Now, what you so basically you don't basically collect any. There's no chest for you to pick up or anything like that. There's no abilities that you can pick up. Um, well, you get 3 abilities. You get the jetpack, which is pretty useful time to time. It helps you get anywhere that you need to be. You can build, by the way, while you're these guys. You get this laser cannon that you could charge up, and it does like a one-shot explosive damage, one-shot kill. And if you barely charge it, it doesn't do much. But it also does it does one shot a lot of building and stuff like that. And then you got like a fast laser beam thing that does overheat. That does need to be it does overheat, and you do have to recharge it at some point during the game, or when you spam it if you use it for too long. But it does do a really significant amount of damage. The jetpack's pretty quick. It's pretty decent if you know how to like reserve power, but it runs out pretty quick. But I mean, it's not really that bad. You do get a pretty decently like you do decently run a little bit faster, and you do get like a good jump boost, I guess. But other than that, there's nothing really too much special about these guys. Now, you do get 145 health to start off with. Well, I think you do start off at 125, if I'm not mistaken. I think you start off at 100. I'm not 100% sure, but your health does get higher the more Infinity Stone that is collected. That is for the most sure that I am about that. Other than that, you don't regen health, not for these guys. You also get a meter down there, which is, I guess, I'm assuming what it is how much is basically your respawn meter. You can respawn as much as you want, as long as that meter's there. If the heroes last long before that meter goes all the way down and Thanos doesn't have all the Infinity Stones, then you basically run out of respawns and you don't get to respawn. The gun, yeah, so that's pretty much it. So right here you're gonna see me pick up the stone, and it is I think a 4 to 5 second pickup time, and it's not that bad. It does give people time to stop you, and once you get shot, basically it goes away and you have to start over and you have to pick it up again, unless you get killed or whatever. Yeah, the gun that rapid fire gun itself is pretty good, and the cannon's pretty good for destroying buildings to help to stop people from blocking the Infinity Stones, and it also does a significant amount of damage if you have like a group of enemies just piled up into one spot. Just blast them all and they're just dead. But yeah, so there's nothing pretty much it. Now, when you're these guys, right? Now you're probably thinking, how do you become Thanos? Like, do you get a chance? At first I was like, I noticed that Thanos doesn't just spawn in right away. But like one player does not get to beat Thanos the whole game. It's more like everyone gets a chance to beat Thanos if you're lucky. Now, I think what mostly gets you a chance to beat Thanos is you getting if you picking up an Infinity Stone, I think gives you more chance to become Thanos. And if you're more, I guess if you just pick up the Infinity Stones, there's a more likely chance you get to become Thanos. Or unless you're just randomly selected, you're lucky enough to become Thanos, if anything. But for me, it took me like it took me like 3 times. Like, I had to collect the Infinity Stones like 3 times. I had to collect 3 Infinity Stones in general out of the whole game for me to eventually become Thanos. Now, as you saw, each Infinity Stone that you pick up also increases your health. But beside that, Yeah, I don't know. Like it's hard to say how you like the chances you get to become Thanos. Whether you pick up an Infinity Stone or not, you have a chance or whatever. Um, like out of all the games, like like the first time that I played this, like I played I think three games I think of the Thanos' army and in a row, and I don't think I became Thanos until like the third game I played, because and I did pick up Infinity Stones too. There's also there's a section where you can do challenges for this mode in particular that you can complete and get all these prizes, which I've mentioned earlier, but I just want to state that because I didn't really specify it, that you can get challenges. But there is a challenge to collect 3 Infinity Stones. And I don't know. I mean, after I collected 3 Infinity Stones in general during each game, like I ended up becoming Thanos. I don't know, but it's a random chance that you get to become yada yada blah blah blah. I mean, I don't know. It like in these games, like I don't know. In general, it's not that simple. Well, it's not that simple. Like they like honestly, I'm just gonna be honest. Like it's really they made sure it's fair. Like honestly, I when I'm in this guy, it sucks because I don't get to use the abilities. You know, I love using the abilities. These guys don't have like super jumps or super like they don't have the ability to grapple around and go moving around fast and whatnot. So that's what sucks. But and just in general, like they made sure this mode is fair for either side. Like there's like it's difficult for you to collect the Infinity Stones and difficult for you to just attack just to defeat the other players, as well as the hero side, which I mean either or, they both made sure that each side is plays it's fair for both sides. Like for the enemy team, the guns are pretty strong, and the other heroes are pretty strong as well. I mean, the heroes' health. Let me state that right now. The hero's health bar does not grow. As far as I've seen, it doesn't grow. The only health bar that grows, like if you're starting off in the game and you attack, if you start off the game, you're pretty weak. Like the enemy team is pretty weak, but the more the health increases, I think you do more damage too, as well as your health grows for the enemy side. I think I'm not mistaken. I'm not 100% sure. So far, as far as your health as for the enemy side, I think I think either or. I'm not sure how much. I forgot how much health it is for the hero side, but I'm pretty sure. I think if you get a hero ability, it depends too. I'm not 100% sure. I think you basically all the heroes get the same amount of health when you start off. I think you like. I'm not sure if I think you get like 300. I mean, obviously you guys could be able to tell because you guys are seeing the footage. But as you see, we already got all the Infinity Stones, and the max health that I think you get is the max health that you get for these guys is 245. No, 270. Never mind. 270 is the max. So I think the heroes have more health than these guys. I'm pretty sure. And yeah, other than that, there's pretty much nothing else to it than that. Just plain and simple. Now I'm gonna display show you guys the winning thing for the enemy other side if they win. Now, obviously, when I play these guys, I don't. How many games did I win? I won the first game. The first time I played as the Thanos' army, I won straight away. Like it's not easy. It's not difficult to win, but it's also not easy to. It's not. It's not that difficult to win. You just gotta know how to play, right? But yeah. So without further ado, the only last thing to show you guys is Thanos. So let's get right to it. And last but not least, we have the almighty Thanos. Now, Thanos, like I said earlier, is not it's not too difficult to become Thanos, but it's also really rare. Like, obviously, there's so many players playing this mode that not everyone's gonna get a chance to play playing as Thanos. So, if you're lucky, after some certain point, after picking up an Infinity Stone, you have a chance to become Thanos. And when you are Thanos, the abilities aren't too different from when when Thanos was last on Fortnite. The attacks aren't any different than previous. You still get a laser beam that you can use when you jump. Even whether like when you jump, you can you can stay in the air and use your laser beam, which is kind of harder. It's more easy. I found it more easier to use a laser beam, the beam, when you're on the ground. You get a super jump ability, which you have to charge, which is kind of difficult. Like when you're like Thanos is like really hard to just it's really hard to maneuver around. Like you run, but like the only way to jump is you have to charge jump, which is difficult. You get 1000 health, which you get 1000 health, and shield, which is nice. And there's also a cool animation for every time that you get an Infinity Stone. It's also cool. It also shows you how many Infinity Stones you have, which is pretty neat. Other than that, your punches, your jump, your strength is pretty. Basically you're Thanos. You're basically strong as hell. You're strong as fuck. You're basically strongest. You're pretty strong, pretty OP. Unless you're fucking surrounded by hundreds of enemies, you're it's hard to move out. For me, it was hard for me to move out of wherever I was when there was a crowd of enemies. It was difficult to move. Also, and the other time when you play as Thanos, you get that when you jump and you punch while you're in the air, you also get that infinity, that slam, which also one shots everything, and also destroys any building that's nearby it. It's pretty overpowered. I guess that's one way to help you move around as Thanos. But it's difficult because you have to jump really high and use the punch in order to move far. I don't know. For me, the first time playing it, when I was I didn't want to go around too much because I knew that if I tried to go after the Infinity Stones myself, now obviously, for me, I'd rather be going around killing players than, I don't know. For me, it was more, I didn't want to go after the Infinity Stones because people that obviously the army could obviously get that for me, and it would just go around and collecting them. I mean, I did collect every a couple of them that were just there and I could easily get to. But other than that, it was just, I just let the army do it. It's better to just let the army do it. Just go around and just kill. It's just fun to just go around and just kill. But don't get yourself clustered in a group full of enemies, because then you're just immobilized. It's gonna be hard for you to move out of their range, and then you'll just be screwed. And then you'll lose your chance to become Thanos. You could be Thanos the whole game. I will be honest. You can be Thanos the whole game. As long as you don't die, you can beat Thanos. But if you die, I mean, there's only a 50% chance you'll become Thanos again. Like, I was lucky to become Thanos, like, 2 times in one game. And then I didn't get a chance to become Thanos towards the end of the game. Which sucks. But, yeah, not a lot of, like, just be... Try to give people a chance when you're playing. If you're playing as Thanos, if you die, you die. But just... Don't just, you know... Just try to stay alive as much as you can. That's all I gotta say. Now, honestly, what you're seeing right now, you can honestly be telling me... I mean, for me, you guys... I mean, I don't know how I play as Thanos. Let me know in the comments how you thought I played as Thanos compared to other people. Or how you play as Thanos, because maybe there's something that I'm not doing that's right. Because here, I obviously died. Like, I'm telling you, I was being clustered. I was shot at from every direction. Like, I mean, unless I'm doing something wrong... Please tell me if there's a way actually I can be a better Thanos, because I could say for my first try it wasn't that bad, but at the same time it was kind of bad. But yeah, so now I don't know if I collected an Infinity Stone. I tried to, but then I became Thanos, and then I got the chance to become Thanos again, which was nice. I mean, I was glad because I didn't really know what to, like, I didn't know what to do. Like, I was just struggling. But I was lucky enough to get another chance to become Thanos, and I demolished that guy, and then I took the Reality Stone, because, well, it took me a little bit, because there was literally, like, 2 opponents. Also, I didn't know this I forgot about that. I think I knew about Thanos. Like, Thanos, when you kill a player, your health regens as Thanos, which is nice. Nice. So, yeah, I mean, for Thanos, it's, like, honestly, in general, just being Thanos is no different than the last time Thanos was in the game. Other than just pretty much it. Now, but other than that, now it's just more difficult to stay as Thanos because you have the bow, you have people with abilities that can basically counter some moves. Like the shield can, like I said about Captain America's shield, you can block Thanos' beam, but it won't block his smash. But it's just difficult to stay as Thanos because obviously, like I said, some of these these powers that you get from the hero side is pretty. It can do a lot of damage. The laser beam is hard to target players when you're in the air. Like I said, it's more easier to do it on the ground. Like I tried doing it a few times, and I just couldn't do it. The smash was just fun. Now I don't remember if like when you kill a player, do you get like a lot of health? I think you get like a decently small bit of regen when you kill a player, but I don't think it heals you completely. Now, obviously I died the second time as Thanos, so I didn't get a chance to beat Thanos. I didn't get a third chance, but yeah, just pretty much it. I mean, there's nothing really else basic. I just wanted to show you Thanos other than that, but yeah, other than that, that's pretty much it. Other than there's no other. Yeah, pretty much after that, I don't know if I think I lost this game for sure. I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100%. I'm not sure if I actually lost, but yeah, there's something else really to it other than that. I mean, obviously you could either be the heroes or you can be Thanos. You can play as the. There's just two sides. You can either be heroes or Thanos' army and have a chance to become Thanos. But yeah, it's this game mode itself is pretty fun. Like I honestly love playing this game mode, and it's pretty addicting and it's fun. I like using these special abilities. I like the thought of becoming Thanos and here and that. It's kind of weird because when you want to become, I mean, you don't get to choose whether you want to be a hero or not. It just randomly puts you in there. So I don't know. But anyway, guys, that's all I gotta say about this game. My final thoughts on it is like this game is just it's awesome. It's fun. It's so much fun. I recommend you guys actually play these as much. It's only gonna be here for so long, so I recommend playing it as much as you can. It is fun to do, and yeah, Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like this commentary, I guess. Leave a like down below, and also don't forget to subscribe if you guys are new. Become a dueler. Also, don't forget to turn on notifications so you can get you can notify on my latest uploads. Also, don't forget to check out the link in the description to my Twitter and the Wright Crafters channel. Yeah, stay tuned for more future uploads. I didn't get a chance to record the emitter. Hopefully the emitter, I didn't get too much done. Hopefully the emitter gets uploaded by tomorrow. If this video gets uploaded, this video is being recorded Saturday. So if you guys my bad, Thursday. So if you guys see it today, Thursday night, then great. If you guys see it Friday, then hopefully the emitter gets posted as well at the same day. If not Saturday, hopefully we'll get it done. But yeah, stay tuned for that. And I'll keep the daily gameplay up and going. And yeah, let's just hope that everything goes smooth and we can get back on track. Please, if there's any suggestions on how I can improve my commentating, because obviously as you can tell, I'm not playing while this. I'm basically just showing you guys everything that's about this game mode, and you guys give me some suggestions on how to improve on it. I mean, just in general, how can I improve my commentating on and just. Because I know I could, for my first one, it's like not as best. It's not going to be the best, but I could always improve. But enough rambling. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Duelix Infinity. Hope you guys are all having a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys all next time. Peace.
Jumping all around